now of getting out of the house and coming back to together in a worship service. Now, not everybody's ready to do that yet, and we understand that completely. This week, I'm talking about these. Now, if you don't know what this is, what cave have you been living in, right? One thing I've learned from this pandemic is that there are more benefits to wearing a face covering than I ever imagined. Benefits maybe you never thought of. Like, for one thing, you know immediately if your breath is bad. You know I'm talking true, right? You put that mask on and, oh, wow, maybe I should brush my teeth. And speaking of brushing your teeth, you could eat a full salad and have lettuce hanging from your teeth. And it doesn't matter because you've got that face covering on and nobody knows, right? Another benefit, though one that maybe not all of you would know, is going into men's rooms. There are some men's rooms where a face covering is very good to have. There are some where full head-to-toe PPE is required. But that's all the farther I'll go with the humor on masks, because really they're no joking matter. And when you see pictures of hospital professionals who've had to spend hours on end wearing full protective gear, including masks, and then you see a picture of their face and the red marks on their face because of having to wear that thing all that time, that's not funny. And I didn't realize how that was, but having traveled to the U.S. and back, having to wear that face mask for like 18 hours straight, my ears were killing me from those straps, and that was just one day of it. These medical professionals have to go through that all the time, working multiple shifts. That's not funny, is it? And face coverings, they cover the mouth and the nose, and you don't need a lesson on how to do this, do you? Like that? They cover the mouth and the nose. We were at a Burger King last night, and you could tell that they were mandated to wear face masks, but how they wore them was not mandated because every one of them had it like this. And I'm thinking, after a year and a half, you don't know how to wear a face mask. Come on. But no matter whether you're wearing a face mask or not, your eyes are still visible, are they not? And I've noticed that more and more, people's eyes. And you can see others' eyes, and they can see your eyes. And you can tell so much from a person just from their eyes. But you've likely been told that it takes fewer muscles to smile than it does to frown. And in light of that, you ought to smile more than you frown. There are quite a few numbers that get tossed around when this line is used, and some claim it takes 43 muscles to frown and 17 to smile. But open up a Facebook post, and you might see that it takes 26 to smile and 62 to frown. There are all kinds of numbers out there. Some naysayers claim it's quite the opposite, and that it takes more muscles to smile than it does to frown. When we make facial expressions, we're essentially transmitting a whole packet of information that can be received and read and interpreted by others. By contracting or expanding our facial muscles in different degrees and combinations, we can produce thousands of different messages that provide clues to our overall emotional state, our short-term feelings about the immediate environment, or our well-being, our mental well-being, or our personality, our mood, or our physical health. Maybe about our credibility, and whether or not others view us as being credible. But we cover all of that when we have a face covering on. All that's covered. You don't see that smile that when a smile goes out, it transmits on the face, either consciously or subconsciously. Transmits a sign of friendliness, especially when greeting someone. People don't see that frown, sometimes that is recognized as an indicator of sadness or approval. And just to set the record straight on those face muscles, I'm an expert on this. I know how to use the internet, and there are 43 muscles in the face. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But how many of those muscles are used for smiling and frowning? That is debatable. But one thing is for sure, that with a face covering on, you can tell if somebody's happy or sad or angry or loving from their eyes. Have you noticed that? Walking through the shops, walking through Asda, you catch people's eyes. You can tell so much from their eyes. Usually in Asda, it's like, would you get away from me? You're too close. And in Asda, you normally are too close. But you can see so much from people's eyes. Now, I thought it was interesting that the summer camp and the concert that we went to yesterday, their theme was removing the masks, the real you. I thought that was interesting that they went on that theme, and here I'm talking about this. I know that with a week of focusing on, they developed it more than what I could do this morning. And part of developing that, you could tell that they had a time where they decorated plain white masks, a total face covering except for the eyes open. And the young people decorated them in various ways. And there was a multimedia presentation about that. And I understand our Adam had a hand on editing that particular multimedia presentation. It was very good. And they were going mask by mask of young people wearing their masks. And this one mask came on, and I'm looking at those eyes, and I thought, Daniel Burns. Have you ever looked in that guy's eyes? I mean, they are so expressive. And when he's talking with you, you just, I don't know, I'm caught up in this guy's eyes because they're saying so much to me. William Shakespeare said, "The eyes are the window to the soul." And really, that was William Shakespeare. It wasn't a Bible verse. But it is a biblical principle. Jesus said, "The eye is the lamp of the body. If your eyes are healthy, your whole body will be full of light. But if your eyes are unhealthy, your whole body will be full of darkness. If then the light within you is darkness, how great is that darkness?" In Matthew chapter 6, verses 22 to 23. And the eyes, they let in light to illuminate the body. And when you have let Jesus in to be King of Kings and Lord of Lords, that's going to show through your eyes, because as it lets light in, it's like a window that's not a one-way glass, it's two-way glass. The light can come in, but it also goes out. What's inside of you can be seen on the out. The sadness, the hurt that some people carry inside. You can see that you can see that in their eyes. You can see the joy. You can see love in someone's eyes. And you can see hatred in someone's eyes. Having the light of Christ, though, inside, Jesus said, "You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill, it cannot be hidden." And that's Matthew 5 and verse 14. It can't be hidden with a face covering or without a face covering. People will see it in your eyes. Has anyone ever told you that you have your Father's eyes? Have you ever heard that expression? He's got his Father's eyes, or she has her Father's eyes. It may be that you have your mother's eyes, but the reason I key in on Father's eyes, because it's a song that came out in 1979 by Christian artist Amy Grant, and it really launched her career. And I'd like to just read for you a verse and chorus from that song. I may not be every mother's dream for her little girl, and my face may not grace the mind of everyone in the world, but that's all right. As long as I have one wish, I pray. When people look inside my life, I want to hear them say, she's got her Father's eyes. Her Father's eyes. Eyes that find the good in things when good is not around. Eyes that find the source of help when help just can't be found. Eyes full of compassion, seeing every pain, knowing what you're going through and feeling it the same. Those are great words, aren't they? So when someone looks at you, what will they see in your eyes? Are they going to see love and understanding? Will they see eyes of compassion, eyes of empathy? Or will they see eyes of judgment? Will they see His grace reaching out to them? Will they see God's love? So I challenge you this morning, let the light of Christ shine through you. May He be seen in your life, your works, and your actions. May He be seen in your eyes. I want to close this morning with the song, Shine, Jesus, Shine. Let's sing that together. I want to invite you to stand. Sing with me, would you? Lord, the light of your love is shining in the midst of the darkness shining. Jesus, light of the world, shine upon us, set us free by the truth of your greatness. Shine, you're standing, I want to leave you with these words from the Apostle Paul, written to the church of Ephesus, starting in verse 18. I pray that the eyes of your heart may be enlightened, in order that you may know the hope to which he has called you, the riches of his glorious inheritance in his holy people, and his incomparably great power for us who believe. And I want to add to that prayer that others may see it in your eyes. Go in peace. Amen.